Good afternoon, Dr. Mahesh. I am Lavita and all the other panelists and the viewers, and this is my sister Vanessa. She'll be taking you through the presentation today. So we'll start now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon. Firstly, I would like to thank Dr. Mahesh for giving me this opportunity to speak on legacy of hard work and success. Uh, I'm Vanessa Delgado, and I'm the daughter of Mr. Neil Delgado, one of the directors of Premium Chickpeas Private Limited. I started my career at Premium Chickpeas in 2015. My father has been my biggest inspiration. Uh, we grew up on a farm at Panvel, which was started by my grandfather, Mr. Victor Delgado. And I've seen my dad work hard on this farm for what legacy we have today. I remember as kids, I seen my dad load the truck at 3 a.m., drive it from Panvel to Mumbai, deliver eggs door to door. There were days he would be selling poultry feed and medicine to the interior villages of Raigad and return home late at night. Um, when we were kids, my dad would definitely tell us one thing that more than winning, you needed to complete the race no matter how many obstacles would come our way. So I have grown up with this that it was important to run and complete the race. And today, what I practice is set a goal, form a strategy, work hard, give it your best shot, and success would uh, come your way one day.
So, as Vanessa was saying, we being having our grandfather start this poultry industry. So, in our family, we actually the third generation that has taken on to poultry. In the previous two generations, also there were only women, but now we are the third generation in poultry. And in our company, which is Premium, we are the second generation that has joined in. So, along with us, we also have another person, Dr. Shweta, who has joined in into our company. So, she's also part of the second generation. She's Dr. Dhawan's daughter.
Okay. So initially, like my sister said, when we were growing up, there was no pressure for my sister or me to join the business. My dad was very clear to us. He was very supportive of all our decisions, but he was very clear that whatever career we chose in life, we needed to work hard, work with honesty, work with dedication. So I graduated in BMS. I graduated in BMS. I completed my MBA in entrepreneurship and family business, and then I joined Premium Chickpeas Private Limited. So, where has all this legacy led to? A little bit about our company. In 1991, three friends, Dr. Konwankar, Dr. Sham Dhawan, and my father, Mr. Neil Delgado, they got together and founded Premium Chickpeas Private Limited. Uh, they started as on a rented property as a small commercial manufacturing feed company with the initial production of 60 tons. After working hard and consistently in 95, the company set up its own feed plant in Koinar, Alibag. So quality has always been our main focus in the company till today. The company doesn't compromise on quality, whether it's procurement of raw material, whether it's setting up the different infrastructures that we have pan India. And this has earned us a good reputation in the market for good quality feed and good quality birds. Today, the company has set its footprints across India, and we are right from south to east. The turnover of our company as of today is 2,500 crores, comprising of open feed sales and broiler integration business.
So this company basically we set up only in Raigad where these three friends were. And today slowly we grew in Maharashtra. We moved to South India to AP and Telangana. And recently a couple of years ago, we moved to South Bengal, North Bengal, Assam, Odisha and UP. So I think it's been, like Vanessa was mentioning, our focus on quality that has helped us to grow the company in varied parts. It's one of the main factors that we've always focused on. Another area that we focused on was infrastructure. So we definitely, when we move across different states, we don't have our own infrastructure everywhere, and a lot of the infrastructure has to be either rented or leased out. But in terms of the company trying to invest in its own infrastructure, we have a couple of breeder farms, 4 breeder farms in India, 2 in Maharashtra, 1 in South India, and 1 more we've taken in South India, which is a EC farm which is recently constructed. The capacity of this EC farm is 1,10,000 birds. So along with the changing times and trying to focus on what is up to date, we are looking at trying to invest in infrastructure of our own. We also have 4 feed mills that we own, and the total capacity of these feed mills is about production of around 1,200 tons a day. So these feed mills are all pellet-owned feed mills, and like we were saying when we started off, we just had a small rented plant, and only in 1995 did we have our first pellet plant that was set up. We also have 3 hatcheries with a total capacity of 13 lakh hatching eggs, and other outsourced feed mills in various states, and the total production of feed across the company is around 45,000 tons monthly.
So our mission in the company has always been to improve create rural employment, improve the standards of living of Indian poultry farmers. But we also provide good quality chicken to customers.
So when we say we're trying to improve the living standards, I myself go to the various states because what I look at is production of broiler or integration apart from the state of Maharashtra is what my focus is. Apart from finance is what I look at into the company. So when I travel to these interiors, we can see that there are a lot of farmers in like North Bengal, Assam, who have no major means of livelihood. So that has always been an area that we go there, we try to set up the company, and try to have these farmers join us so that they can also have some sort of livelihood to take care of their families. So there have been many times where I remember in Assam there was an example where one of the farmers had actually came up and told us that he had no job, and he used to cut wood and he lost his hand once with an axe. So then he had literally no money to help his family. So once the company came there and he could set up his farm, then he could get that amount of money to even take care of his family. So that is one go-to factor that keeps us a little more engrossed. It makes us feel good about what we're doing alongside with trying to provide good quality of protein to consumers. We also value our employees a lot. We have around 2,500 plus employees in the company. So we definitely talk to them on a regular basis. We try to treat them as our partners along with the farmers, our suppliers. So the whole pillar chain is about having everyone engrossed in working together and not having this feeling of a boss and an employee. It's more like a family environment that we create. Employees come and speak to us whenever they feel like. They share their opinions. When we visit the different states, we definitely go and have a group meeting with all the employees and listen to them, encourage them, motivate them. And I think motivation and seeing this whole involvement with the employees is what helps us also is one of our areas which has helped us grow.
So my role in Premium, like I said, I joined in Premium in 2015 after completing my MBA in entrepreneurship and family business. I joined as a fresher. When I initially joined, I was working at the retail department. And at that time, I realized that we were not known by customers. We had no brand identity, and customers did not know us because we were not into B2C business. We just had live chicken. We do not have any packaged product or for customers to know us. So the question was how do we get to brand ourselves? So after a lot of rounds of brainstorming, we created a brand name for ourselves called the Premium Chicken Store. And we realized that there was a gap between live chicken shops and processed shops. So the directors were not ready to enter the processed market as yet. So the question was how to brand ourselves. So we thought, let's start a chain of shops, which were live chicken cutting shops, which were more hygienic. They were branded. They use standardized cutting machines, proper weighing systems, and that's how we started. Initially, we had 3 company outlets, and we started with 8 franchisees. And as of today, we have 9 company outlets and 45 franchisees in Mumbai under the name of the Premium Chicken Store.
So basically, I think what Vanessa is also saying is that although processed chicken is really, really small, and it seems, to be honest, that it's going to take a lot of time, which is why, it's definitely an area to invest in, but the growth of it is going to take time, and the swap over of all the consumers from live to process may take some time. Still, to create that brand image is why we have these, or we currently have these live chicken stores branded.
Um, so it would be a little unfair if I wouldn't speak about the women in the industry. As of today, I told you that we are three of us from the promoter side. My sister Lavita, myself, and our other director's daughter, Dr. Shweta Dhawan, who looks into nutrition. And we three work in the organization. There was initially, I'll tell you my personal experience. Initially, when my sister and I joined, we were just two of us in the company. Today, we have 25 women working in the company, and there are different departments that they work into. So initially, poultry was a male-dominated industry. Today, poultry is not just about rearing chicken. There are different departments that women can work in. So women that we have employed work in HR, work in sales, work in branding, work in customer service, work in the accounting department of our company. In our retail shops also, all our sales women, we have employed saleswomen at the sales counter because we see that it's mostly the ladies of the house who come to purchase chicken.
Yeah, so I think, like, how we say that it was always very cliche to have a lot of industries that were male dominated. And you can see that, even an astronaut like Kalpana Chawla can be an astronaut. Or I don't know how many of you have come across, there are rickshaw drivers that are women even today. So I don't think there's any industry where, women haven't set foot in. Like the previous presentation we've seen, it's remarkable to see how many women can take part in it. And the industry becoming organized, it's what is helping us to also be able to control, to look through the systems. You don't have to be physically present. I think the lockdown has also shown us that maybe you may not be able to travel to a very specific point at a given point in time, but you can still look at things through the kind of IT and infrastructure that even the poultry industry is looking at. We have ERP systems. You have so many now during the lockdown, even Zoom calls like we are doing now. So it's an area that a lot of people can take part in. And there's definitely no discriminating now in gender for this industry.
Yeah. So what we see that we would like to do ahead is, of course, enter the processing department. Live chicken to chill to ready to eat, ready to cook. Then branding of chicken from a commodity to a product. And definitely trying to modernize as much as we can with the latest technologies, whether it is in breeder farm, commercial farms, or hatcheries. Yeah. So it's been 5 years for me. It's been 29 years for Premium Chickpeas Private Limited, and it's been decades for this industry of producing and catering to the Indians' millions their favorite food. I believe if we all work together, men and women together, we can help this Indian poultry industry to be one of the leading industries in today's world. And we as an industry shall continue to grow with passion and be the guardians of Indians' health and happiness in the times that lie ahead. I would like to thank Dr. Mahesh once again for giving me this opportunity, and to everyone for listening to us. And so the legacy of success through hard work continues.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Stop the
Dr.
session, Mary. That's already very good. Wonderful. I would say that you are the trendsetters for the future in the women poultry sector. Since we are there in the last 3 decades, what I have seen is what we have noticed is grassroots always women were there. And if you see in breeding farms today, also you see women inseminators are dominant rather than the men inseminations in the grassroots level. Whether it is chick sexing, if you go for women, wherever very good hard work has been there in the grassroots. So you are the trendsetters for the leadership. So that is what I would encourage our young entrepreneurs, whoever is watching from the gender differentiation side. Don't worry, they are the great example for you to understand. Thank you so much, Lavita and Vanessa, having taken time out for the session. So wish you all the best in the future journey to touch 5,000 crore very soon. Okay.
Thanks,
all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.